Hey y'all, let me show you how to do this mesh type stitch. It's called a lattice stitch. Just stay tuned. Okay, so the lattice stitch I'm gonna create it using the sugar and cream cotton yarn, and I'm showing it in this type of yarn because I'm actually gonna do a project with it, but I want to show you how to do the stitch ahead of time. So we're gonna go ahead and start by making ourselves a slip knot, and I'm using a 6mm crochet hook. So go ahead and make yourself a slip knot. You can just follow along with the screen there on how I do that. Okay. And then place that slip knot on your crochet hook. Now this is going to work up in multiples of 4. So you're going to make your foundation in multiples of 4. Once you have that, then you're going to add 6 more stitches at the end. So if you were going to do, say for instance 16 stitches, then you would add an additional 6 for a total of 22. So that makes sense. Okay. And if you don't know how to do a chain stitch, I'll put a link in the video on how to do that. Once you have your chain stitch, it looks something like this. And again, mine is longer because I'm going to end up making a project with it later. Okay. So what you want to do is once you have your chain, you're going to count over 6 stitches. Okay, so count over 6 stitches. See if I can get a little closer. So you're going to count 1. Can you see that there? 2, 3, 4, 5. And in that 6th spot, you're going to put your crochet hook, and then you're going to make a single crochet stitch. So insert the hook, pull up a loop, then you're going to yarn over and then pull through. And that's a single crochet stitch. And that's going to create your first hole, large hole. Then you're going to do a chain of 5. Okay. And then you're going to count over 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Insert your hook, and then you're going to do another single crochet stitch. And then you're going to chain 5. So this is pretty much the pattern for the first row, and I'm going to work a few more of these on camera for you, and then we'll show you how to do the second row. Okay, so once you do your chain of 5, you're going to count over 4. Into that 4th stitch, you're going to do a single crochet stitch. Yarn over, pull through. Okay, and then just go ahead and do your chain of 5. And then you're going to continue the process until you get to the end of the chain. And I don't know if I mentioned it already, but you may be thinking, well, what would I use this stitch pattern for? If you were looking to do like a market bag or one of those mesh bags, a garment of some sort that you wanted to be light and airy, that would be a perfect opportunity for you to use this stitch. And this is kind of what it's going to shape up to look like. Now this is just your first row, and as you keep going, it's going to look a little different, but this is what it's going to look like. So now that we're at the end, you're just going to put remember the chain, the single crochet stitch, and then you're going to do a chain of 5, and then we're going to turn our work. Okay, turning our work just allows us to work in the opposite direction. In that very first big gaping hole, you're going to go ahead and do a single crochet stitch. Now it's important here that you get real good tension. You kind of pull your yarn a little tight, and I'll show you what happens when you don't do that, but just go ahead and keep working. You do your chain of 5, and here I'll show you. You see that piece of string right there by my thumb? That happens oftentimes in this project. It doesn't change the way it looks overall, but if you want that to not be there, make sure you pull your yarn tight when you do the yarn over. So at this point right here, pull your yarn tight, and then that will help pull that tension where you don't get that loose string like that. But I do it off and on throughout the project, and you'll see it, but I noticed that when I pull it really tight right after I do my first single crochet stitch. I don't have that. So anyway, in the next open space, you're just going to do the same thing we've been doing. You'll do a single crochet stitch, chain 5, and then you're going to do a single crochet stitch into the next hole. Okay, so just continue working, doing the same pattern that we've been doing throughout the project. And when you get to the very end of this row, the hole is a little bit smaller than the other holes. You're still going to work a stitch into that hole, and I'll try to show you. It may go a little bit fast, but I'll try to slow it down so you can see that the hole size is just a little bit smaller, but you'll still put, see right there, it's just a little bit smaller. You can see it better here. You still put a stitch there, okay? And then that's pretty much it. You're going to chain your 5, turn your work, and then proceed to do the same thing for row 3 all the way until you get to the desired width of your project. Okay, so anyway, I thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. You can also hit me up on Instagram. I'll put a link in the description box below how to get to me there. I'm a little bit more responsive there. If you have not hit the notification bell, because I put out videos, I'm trying to do more often, but because it's a little bit sporadic, the notification bell will be great for you so you'll know when I actually publish a video on my channel. And I'll just show you what the project looks like as you continue to work it. And how it kind of works up when it's bigger. So that's what it will look like. And like I say, I have a project in mind for this, so I'll make sure I put that video on my channel once I get it completed. And I will see you all in my next video. Thanks again for watching. Bye guys.